Hi everyone, it's me again, and based on some email responses to the video yesterday and some messages from clients, I was guided to share another video today. If you haven't seen that one, then please do. It was about anxiety. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Lisa Jane, or Lila, which is a name I'm moving towards. I am a healer and metaphysical guide and teacher, and I work from my practice in Cape Town, South Africa. The topic of today's video is how do I cope with COVID? And I respond to move from your soul. So we're going to get deeper into that topic. If you can just give me a couple of minutes to say that I have a growing community on Patreon called the Community of the White Rose. The link is below. If you feel called to a safer space to work with like-minded individuals, I offer meditations, I do regular Q&As and live sessions, and I share deeper insights from my guides with that community. I also have an Instagram site and an active Facebook site, and I hope you will connect with any of those that resonate for you. I, of course, also offer one-on-one healing sessions to anyone around the world because my work doesn't require you to be in my physical space. So if you feel drawn to that, then please have a look at my website. Now, stepping into what my guides are asking me to share. We are moving into a very transformative place in human evolution. There are many spiritual teachers, guides, information, references out there that share a whole number of topics. But for me, the one aspect that I want to talk about today that is probably quite an intricate topic and one in which is always difficult to speak about is to really tune in to offering you information around your soul and what it is. The topic, how can I cope with COVID, comes from a growing sense of unease, of despondency, of anger, of resentment, of grief that is in the collective. And in my work as an energy worker, energy healer, energy technician, however you want to call me, I see and read energy and I work with your energy. And I can tell you that the collective field out there is hyper manical. There are so many different vibrations, so many different energies, and it can be very, very difficult to find a place within yourself that is centered and calm. Now, spirituality and the soul in the old days, or the days gone by, have been only associated with religion. And I want to tell you that the days of that aspect of religion, the segregative aspect, are falling away. And this is no disrespect to any of you who are religious or follow a certain faith, please. But from the time I was very, very little, I believed there was only one God. In other words, there was only one source of energy, of love, of creative force, whatever you want to call it, from which all life came. We can go back scientifically to the Big Bang. We can go into the scientific investigations of how the Earth was formed, how the continents were formed, how humans evolved on the planet. And in my own work as a young adult, I studied a Bachelor of Science Honours degree in archaeology at the University of Cape Town here, is that I was fascinated by archaeology. And I was fascinated by the fact that humans had been around for millions of years. So along my journeys, I collect things like these that I find randomly. Actually, I haven't gone stealing from archaeological sites. Stone tools that would appear to me while I was on a hike or while I was deep in the mountains and not necessarily allocated at an archaeological site. But something like this is around 200,000 years old. We have history in the continent of Africa where humans had begun to appear as early as 2 million years ago. Those humans migrated from the African continent and ended up in Europe and Americas probably only as little as 16,000 years ago. So as a humankind, we have existed on this planet for millions of years. So where we find ourselves currently in this mass of 8 billion of us, many suffering from poverty, from wars, from illness and disease, it can feel very hard to connect with that something that is greater than ourselves. It can feel very difficult to move past the mind and the body. And again, what I'm going to share with you honors all of the people suffering from COVID right now. I have had many clients who have had family members who have passed, who I've been offering spiritual counseling to. And I work with the past souls and that area of our dimension where souls transit into the light. So I understand deeply the suffering and the grief that is going on. But what I want to appeal to you today is, if you do not have a spiritual practice, please start one. I'm not saying go out and find some faith or religion. I'm asking that spiritual practice is about connecting with that aspect of you that is more than the lower chattering mind, more than the physical body. Because we do have access to a higher mind that works in the realm of imagination, that works in the realm of intention, that is vibrational in nature. And if we start to put in a practice where you connect in solitude, where you become more self-aware, then you can begin to get in touch with that aspect. Because there is nothing in your current chattering mind and body that is necessarily going to help you with this. It is all vibrational in nature. So as my favorite spiritual mentor, Caroline Mace, has put out, and I hope it's Mace, anyway, Caroline, apologies if I mispronounced it, but in one of her talks she mentions about calling in your soul. And the 3 words she uses are just, be with me. And I use that in my community a lot, because many people hear about the soul, they might read things, they might read a lot about spirituality, but don't understand how to connect with that aspect of themselves, how even to start looking at it. So the first steps are really to examine your beliefs. Do you believe there is a greater force? Do you believe there is a greater aspect to yourself than just what is presented in the material world? Because I do. Because I see it and I feel it. And through my whole life, I have wanted to know God, to connect with that aspect that is energy, that is frequency, that is vibration. And yes, I do believe there is a divine force of good, of love, that is asking us to move and to change. But I see your soul. I know you have a part of you that is stronger than anything your mind or body can get you through. And so we really are being asked to move from that space. Become spiritually strong. Build your energetic strength. And all of these can be done with a number of techniques: self-contemplation, meditative prayer. The words "be with me" can be your daily prayer. When you sit and just look up into the heavens and ask for that greater, higher wisdom aspect of you to drop in. Because we are all in this together. And no amount of stepping into conspiracy theories or facts or any arguing or trying to find the solution somewhere is actually going to help right now. Because there's so much chaos and confusion and so much suffering and despondency and anxiety. The peace is always, always only ever found within beautiful beings. So begin by looking for those books that resonate with you. Begin by looking for those teachers that can help you move towards this. But I know that you are more than what you see in the mirror every day. And that if you call on the spiritual power of your soul to bring in healing and wisdom, it will not ignore you. But like is often said, in order to connect with the angels and guides, you have to ask. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened. It is really a case of self-inquiry, self-awareness. And if on that path of self-inquiry and self-awareness, you begin to realize how much negative talk you have happening in your field, then seek out ways to change that. Because we all have it going on, and I'm no exception. But once you shine the light of awareness on that, it already begins to lose its power over you. And you have dominion over your field. You are sovereign. Do not let anything take your power away, be it a thought, be it a behavior, be it a habit. Call on your soul to come in and give you the strength to either change the things you need to change within yourself or to accept those things you can't change. We are in the era of the soul. We are in the era of becoming more aware of our energy, how it feels, how we interact with it, how the energy we give out really does influence the people and the circumstances around us. Be the frequency you wish to experience in the world. If you want more kindness or want to see more kindness, be kind. If you want to experience more respect or see more respect, be more respectful to self. Be more respectful to self. And honor the being that you are, because you, yes you, I'm speaking to you, are the only vessel through which Christ consciousness, through which the angels, through which the divine spirit, through which the power of the Holy Spirit can act. You are that vessel. It's not a time where we're waiting for someone to come and land on the ground and change everything for us. It might be difficult to hear, but we are the ones that are being asked to change, to self-care, to become responsible, to be accountable. And in that way, you really do change the world. And it's not up to this human that might feel fragile or confused or depressed or anxious. Call in your soul. Call in the wisdom of the infinite, of the timeless aspect that has been used since the very beginning. Because we are all just fragments of that initial wave of creation. We are all born of the stars. And we need to start recognizing that it can be changed if you look at yourself in a very different way. So I hope I've managed to get across what it was I was asked to share. When I'm asked to share regularly like this, I know there's an urgency. I know there are many people out there who may be struggling. Reach out. Tell people how you feel. And don't just work with that aspect that is our mind that sometimes can seem very difficult to change. Your soul knows what is good for you. And in being truthful to yourself, you open up this energetic pathway of the heart, which is a very powerful center, and I speak a lot about that, to act as a container for your soul to drop in. But it requires courage, it requires authenticity, and it requires a commitment to honoring your sacred life. With everything happening, you will know that life is becoming more and more sacred. It may not be guaranteed, and I don't want you to step in fear, but I want you to understand that we are being given a divine opportunity to make every moment count, to be our very best in each moment. And if we're not that, then to forgive ourselves and let go. Because there is no judgment in the spiritual world. I know religion may have taught you something different, but my deepest truth is that there is no judgment there. Judgment is a field of energy that has been created by humans, and it needs to go. Don't judge yourself, don't judge others. If you find yourself judging yourself too critically, you might also be judging others. We are all in this together, and we are all being asked to step into the era, the stage, the transformation of the soul, where we humans, as we were 2 million millions of years ago, recognize that we are all part of one tribe, that we are connected to the earth, that she nurtures us, and that we are receiving divine energy from the creative force that created all life. In that, we are all the same. I thank you for listening if you've got this far. Please comment and share. And if you feel you would like to be part of my community, click on the link below or connect with me via email for a session. I would love to chat to you. Wherever you are, we'll do it. We'll make it work. Take care. And I'm going to use my soul name now, which I advertise on Instagram. I send you love and blessings from my soul, my heart to yours. With love, Lala.